Welcome to all of you. Continuing with our series of Guru Purnima, we have our Baba Ji with us. We keep on doing videos and spreading knowledge on each other's channel. Baba Ji, welcome.
Thank you very much, madam, for the invitation, and it's very inspiring to be around this Guru Purnima time. We are
Uh,
recording this today, and yeah, I guess tomorrow we have Guru Purnima, so it's a very good day.
yes, definitely. Sir, this a happy Guru Purnima to you and a
Thank you,
happy
madam.
Guru
I wish you the
Purnima.
same to all of your viewers also.
Thank you. A happy Guru Purnima to all my teachers and all my viewers. Very happy Guru Purnima. Yes, sir. So, what is the topic today that we are going to take?
Yeah, today I was thinking because it's Guru Purnima time, so I was thinking maybe I can drift a bit from the analytical side of astrology and go move a bit higher on the essentials of astrology, like for example, not the basics, but how to understand that astrology is not just like you have a laptop. There are so many fancy softwares these days. Even my friends and relatives who have no idea of anything about astrology, when they tell me sometimes, oh, I am using this app, इसने
Mhm.
बताया ऐसा होगा होगा क्या.
Right, right.
People think, all right, astrology is like something, it's like a science, which of course it is 100%. At the same time, it is much more than that. It is a science, but not just technical science. Astrology is like it's a Vedanga, part of the Vedas. So therefore, it won't be just like some methodological calculations to predict future or to see things from the past or present. No, it will be much more than that actually. So what I have seen in my journey through astrology and YouTube is that if you are actually aware at a certain level, not like a yogi, of course, it's a very high level of awareness and enlightenment, but even at your own level, if you are really aware about what's going on around you, not what's going on in US or China or Russia, not that, but what is going on where you are sitting, but what is going on around you. Where is the wind blowing? These are very simple things, but what's happening? What kind of insects are you seeing? Sometimes you will see that certain kind of people you are meeting again and again. And nowadays, also, even in YouTube, you go, they'll say, oh, if you see some sequence of numbers, it has a lot of meaning, like one,
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 one.
one, something like this is similar. But the thing is, why are you seeing them actually? So we think that we take everything for granted, all right? It's something is going on. Yeah, I'm seeing something. But actually, it's not like this because anything and everything that you see around you or you experience is represented by some planet actually. Anything, it can be anything from what you eat to what you dress, anything, just anything and everything is represented by a particular planet. So therefore, if we are knowledgeable about astrology and the terms and the things which are signified by those respective planets, and we are aware of what is going on around us, then we can really make a very beautiful connection between the two. So one is the theoretical side, like gold is represented by some planet, silver is by some planet, diamond is by some planet. But then maybe there's something related to gold going on in your life. Maybe you are buying gold, you are selling gold, maybe for example.
Right.
So why are you doing that? And why at all are you only buying or selling gold? Why not silver? Why not platinum? Why not diamond? Right? And I have seen these things can give you very beautiful clues about the dashas that a person is running. And overall, if you check, your awareness needs to be very high. So you have to understand that the astrology that I know, or which is seen in YouTube or even offline, anywhere you go in India to any village or any city, it is, most of them are just trying to teach you, how to decode some techniques, go to the future, some Parashari techniques, Gemini techniques, Nadi techniques, KP techniques, so many techniques. You can actually know what is going to happen to somebody. But there are so many things which everybody misses. For example, you will always see that when somebody is coming to you for a consultation, that person can be anybody, your client or your family members, your relatives, friends. So you will see that on that day, you will get some omens, or the day previous to it, of course, provided you are aware. It's not that, because omens can be there anywhere, or sometimes we may be hyper obsessed with omens and we may take anything and everything to be an omen. All right,
Correct.
anything bad happens, oh my god, this will happen, that will happen. That's like being very pessimistic. But if you are actually aware, then what happens, you can decipher so many things, you can decode so many things automatically. And then when you apply astrology, so because see, astrology is basically anything that we see in the chart. Suppose somebody's eighth house is getting activated, somebody might lose some money, or they may be insulted. Huh. What's actually happening when you say somebody's eighth house is getting activated? He's getting a particular feeling from some other people, right? All right, he's insulting me, she's insulting me, or maybe there's some scandal where he or she runs into. So basically, in short, astrology, dashas, and predictions, they just tell you what will go on around you. It's as simple as that. But we forget to realize that already so many things are going on around us. Now, like for example, as I said, now sometimes you go and you talk to people, and they will tell you that, oh, this particular friend has been contacting me from many days. Suddenly this has happened. Now, what you can do that time is, you can see when was the time period, which dasha did you meet this person for the first time. And you will always see in your chart. So this is like, you can use it both the ways. You will always see, at least I have seen in my experience, if I am running the dasha of a planet which is related to the fifth house, ninth house, or the 11th house, and you meet somebody during that time, somehow you stay connected with that person for very long time. I don't know why. Of course, we can answer that using astrology. Fifth house, ninth house, some past life connection, or 11th house is that sense of friendship that you get with that person. That person may not be your friend. That person could be your elder or junior or equal sometimes, but you will have a very long connection. So, and you also have to see the nature of the planet. Is it Jupiter? Is it Mercury? Is it Venus? And then you have to see, why in Venus Dasha I keep meeting this person always, even in a Pratyantara Dasha. Somehow this person shows up. What is what is that Venusian element which is there in him, which is also there in my horse? What is that commonality? Because when Venus Dasha starts, if Pratyantara or Antardasha is starting, then that planet is getting that planet is like influencing your intelligence very strongly. And because of that, you are getting attracted to this person. Attracted, it could be by any means, as a friend or as anybody. And you are like wanting to talk to that person. Why? Because maybe your Venus could be in the 10th house, or and maybe that person might have a very strong 10th house, right? So that's how you know. So then when you see where my Venus is, and why at all is Venus bringing? Why, if I have Jupiter in the 10th house, or Jupiter is with the 10th lord, why is this person not coming? Why is some other person coming, right? Maybe Jupiter is not prominent in this person's chart. Maybe Venus is more prominent in this person's chart. So therefore, when somebody comes to you for a reading, then also you can try to see what is going on. Like for example, Panchang. I have seen people rarely using Panchang. Unfortunately, it's not very famous in YouTube astrology. So therefore, whenever I do consultations, I always use Panchang. And then when I say something from Panchang, people are like, "Oh, really? This also happens." I'm like, "Yeah, it very much happens."
Very true. We recently
Yeah.
had a beautiful course by William Sir, Panchang
Okay,
and Murat. It's so
perfect.
deep and how beautifully you can use it for each and every.
So regarding Panchang, it's like Panchang is what basically, it's like everything happening around you. That's why
Correct.
whenever they call you and say, "Oh, I am doing Griha Pravesh. Can you
Yes.
give me a good time?"
Correct.
What they are asking you that exact Panchang, that exact. They are asking you a day. They are asking you a nakshatra. They are asking you a hora, vara, karana. All this they are asking. So basically, they are inquiring about Panchang. Every moment is like a Panchang.
Correct.
So therefore, we can always use Panchang and we can also see what is going on and then we can try to correlate. We can do it the other way around also. Try to correlate um, what is going on actually with the Panchang of that particular moment, right? So for example, you will always see the Nakshatra themes getting activated. Always. So nakshatra is one of the panchangas. So nakshatra is here, I mean to say, where moon is transiting on that day. So in fact, when a particular nakshatra moon is transiting, what it means those things are already there around you. But now because moon is transiting in that, it is like your mind is transiting there. It is already there. It's not that it is new, but that day you will feel as if those things have become very prominent in your life. Why? Because
The
the
kindness
moon,
experience.
yeah, that energy is going into that. And then if you suppose you are a newbie in astrology, you don't know anything, then you can see, okay, today is Monday. What is going on? What's going on with my mother? Or motherly personalities? What is going on in my home? Moon is also the home. Fourth house is the karaka for the fourth house. What is going on in my home? What is going on in my family? Is anybody suffering? Or anybody are they having any illnesses related to water, like any watery disease or something like this? Moon also controls the immunity in your body. So how is my immune system? Like nowadays, if you go to all these, webinars of millionaires, billionaires, they will tell you that this concept is very famous these days. It's known as, I forgot the technical word, but it's something like one day of the week I will do only one thing.
Acha.
Like Monday, I will only do training. I will learn new things. I will not do anything else. Tuesday, I will see. I have 100 people around me. How am I managing them? Who is doing what? I'll take the reports. Wednesday, I will do something else. One day, I will not do anything. I'll just sit in home.
Okay.
Yeah, rather than every day doing everything, I will
Every
allot one day for one thing. Okay, so by that you get maximum output on that day. This is very famous in the many business webinars and seminars that you get these days. So they say you decide yourself what you like to do when, what you like to do Monday, how do you like to start the week, it's up to you. But that same revolutionary concept we can also use in Jyotish.
Correct. We can use
Yeah,
it very beautifully.
what's people ask, oh sir, when I should do what? I'm like, yeah, it's Monday, it's the day of the moon. Then
Correct.
why not look at your chart? What is that planet doing in your chart, right? Why not see, if suppose moon is in the fourth house, why not spend some time with your mother every Monday? Why not? Now you may talk to your parents every day, but on Monday you can make it a priority. Oh yes, today is Monday. If possible, if I can, I will deliberately make time to talk with my mother, because of two reasons. Because moon is the natural karaka for your mother, and also in your chart he may be in your fourth house, right? If he's in your fifth house, you may try to deliberately connect with your children, give some extra time to your children, right? Or you may be doing your office work, you may be in home office, but you may say that you will be around your children, you will spend more time with them, relatively. Even may not be qualitative, but at least quantitative time also you will spend. And of course in the evening you can also spend qualitative time, right? So then Tuesday, Mangal, it's Mars, it's your body, right? Your existence. You can work on your body because that is what will keep you going for a long time. Then you have Wednesday. Wednesday, you can work on gaining knowledge, become the student.
Very
Try to see everything, try to learn, like go to Google and just type something random, how, why, when, WH, of course not anything just whimsically just going on surfing, but try to learn something constructive on a Wednesday,
very
and on a Thursday you try to learn something from your guru or your guide, your counselor, your mentor. Try to connect with them. Why
yeah.
not? Because that which a book can tell you
Mhm.
in years and days, you can learn from hundreds and thousands of courses. A guru can tell you within a fraction of a second, right?
Right. Very
And
true.
yes, see, this is how it works. The guru's most important work is to give you the path. So Jupiter gives you the vision, he gives you the path that yes, this is how you have to go, and this is what you will finally achieve. That is why many times people cannot differentiate between Jupiter and Mercury. They think that, oh yeah, both are dual planets, and both are dual in the sense they rule dual signs, right? Both of them. They give you this sense of discriminate. You can discriminate what is good and bad. You can actually figure out all the details. But then, how are they different? Are they same? Are they different? No, both are very different. They are same and as well as very different. Mercury tells you what you need to do. Jupiter tells you why should you at all do that. Yes, I'm going on this side. When will I get the milestones? That is Mercury. But why am I on this path? Why at all? Why this path? Why not that path? Because if I take a different path, I will reach a different destination.
Correct.
So that is what Jupiter tells you. So Mercury tells you when, how, and all this, and Jupiter tells you why should you do that at all, right? So the guru gives you this vision that yes, after 5 years you will become this, after 1 year you will become this. So therefore, and on Fridays, if you're married or if you have a sister, or you have some like some female cousins, at least you can interact with them. Or Venus also represents pets, you can interact with pets, so that is how you can utilize every day. And on Saturday you can clean your house. It's
Mhm.
the day of Saturn, getting rid of
Manual
all.
labor. Correct.
Yeah, you can go and donate to some old age homes, right? So these are very simple things. You may say that, oh yeah, we know it already, right? But the question is, how many of us are actually doing it?
Right. Right.
Because when we
Correct.
do this, if you do this every day, all the 7 days you take it, then you will realize that you are actually becoming more in tune with all the energies of the planets. And I am not just blindly telling you that, oh, Saturn, okay, go and donate something to the poor. You go to your own chart, because he may be Saturn, he may be anybody, but for you, he may be your Lagnesh.
Correct.
So
Right.
then you might have to do exercise that day. You might have to do those things which you would do on a Tuesday on a Saturday.
Saturday. Correct. Very
Yes, he is your Saturn may be your ninth lord, right? Or he may be sitting in your ninth house. Then that which you do on a Thursday, you might also do it, or you
good.
might
On
do it
Saturday.
instead of a Thursday on a Saturday, right?
Saturday. Right.
Yeah. So that's how, when you learn to be aware of things around you, and you understand that the planets, the dashas which I'm running, the chart which I'm seeing, they are not just some dead entities. They are like happening 24 hours. Sometimes people tell me, sir, when will some prominent event happen in my life? Like some big promotion, or some when somebody will get married, or when they'll have a childbirth. Then I tell them, but sir, every moment you are running the dasha of a planet, three planets, right?
Mhm.
And if you go down, there is Sukshma dasha, and so many
Correct.
levels you can go down, right? Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha. In fact, they say that any time you can buy money. I mean, you can get money which is lost, but you cannot get the time which is lost, right? So, in fact, if you check using astrology 10 years back, maybe you were running a particular dasha, like maybe uh, sun, moon, maybe anything, sun, moon, Mars, maybe. But you have to ask yourself this question: will you get that same dasha again in this life? You may get maybe moon Mars, right? But you will never get sun moon Mars. Never. You may get Saturn sun moon, but will you get sun moon Mars? Never. You may get Saturn moon Mars. You may get Saturn sun Mars, but you will never get it. And even if your one pratyantar is very long, like Venus dashas are very long, then suppose you have suppose somebody's Venus Mahadasha is there, Venus, very long, 6 months, more than that. Then maybe Sun is transiting within those 6 to 8 months within your ascendant. Will you get that same transit again? Never ever.
So
Because
time
when
is never
Sun,
safe.
yeah, so when we hear it philosophically, oh, time is you can never get back time. We are like, oh, anyways, there's a lot of time. But if you look at a chart, you understand, wow, 5 years back, I was running this dasha. Maybe 10 years back, it was such an awesome period. I was very disciplined. I was earning very good. I had a great relationship. I was in peak of my health. But then suddenly it went down. Why? What was I doing at that time? Sometimes what happens, we have had some good periods in our life, but we didn't know astrology that time. Then something very bad happens with most of the people, and then they come to astrology after prolonged periods of stress. And then after learning astrology 3 years, 5 years, suddenly they get a jolt sometimes. Wow, that year 2001. Wow, what an amazing year it was. मैं क्या कर रहा था उस time? What was I doing? And then, which dasha was going on in that time? Wow, I was running this dasha that time. It was like, so you can see what kind of people you met during those dashas, what kind of activities were you doing during those dashas, those same things which benefited you, that you can try to replicate it during this dasha. Of course, the result may be different as per different dashas. That is obvious, but you may see whenever you feel that you are successful or you are happy during a particular dasha, what were you doing from your side? Not what others were doing, what others were telling you. What are the inputs that you are putting in from your side? That if you see, then you will realize, oh, yes, maybe I can do that now itself. Again, in this dasha, I can have a similar experience. Although, if the dasha planets are different, the people will be different around it. You will never have the same people. The situations will be different. If the planets are in good houses, then you will have very good situations, right? But many times you will see people are born into like royalty, very rich families, but they are wasting money in drugs, alcohol, so many things. Why? Because their planets are very good, but they have not used the energy of the planet. That's where the concept of free will comes. So therefore, even if you have good things, if you do not use them properly, what is the use of having those planets, right? What is the use of having those exalted planets, or planets in 10th house, 11th house, ninth house? So therefore, this is what I want to tell everybody, that don't just take astrology as something so mediocre that you see something and you predict. Because even there are softwares these days, machine learning. I am in that domain, data science. They can also predict for you. Why do you need an astrologer? Imagine in an imaginary world, there's a software and there's a superhuman which puts all the systems of astrology into it, and all the thousand systems, and it exactly tells you that, yes, sir, on this date, on this time, you will get married on this day, or maybe you'll never get married, something like this. But then, if that is possible, maybe someday that will be done by software or by using some super fast techniques, maybe, or maybe not 100%, but at least 80 to 90% accuracy, or maybe at least in this pratyanta you will get married. May not be the date. But then the question is, why do you need an astrologer in that case, right? You can do it yourself if you learn astrology, but the astrologer's work and astrology in itself is meant to be much beyond than what we see using charts. And we think, oh, these are all philosophical information, we don't need it. But actually you'll be surprised when you start using it, and when you act accordingly, you will see. Then what happens, astrology won't be like a part of your life. it will become like an inseparable aspect of your life. You will become one with astrology. So you may think
We
this is not
always we
required.
are trying to do that. I don't know how much successful we become in.
Yeah, I mean, all the time you see. I mean, recently when I was here, then I had some problem in my apartment. Then I was figuring out what is going on, and then it was a Saturday, hopefully, and then there was this my room door, the main door, that was not closing, and then I was wondering what's happening. Then I thought that, oh, if the main door is not good, then it is not good as per Vastu and as per astrology. It's very important. So you really need to make it right. And then after 10-15 days, the house master came and he just repaired it and he went. So this is an example where you know that the main door is very important, right? But if it would be for a normal person, now, he or she would have thought that, oh, maybe some thieves will come inside, or I can't lock my room, therefore I should do it. But after knowing astrology, or if you have some knowledge of Vastu, then you will know that things will get much, much, much worse, even if thieves don't come inside, right? If the main door is not getting, it's
Correct.
not closing properly, it's going to cause mayhem and disaster in my life. So therefore, now when you are more aware, so then you become more responsible and you can take better decisions, or at least you can take some decisions.
Perfect. Perfectly said.
Yeah,
Indoor is
because
very, very important.
yeah,
Thieves
you
come
are
or
much
not, that is different thing.
yeah, you are very knowledgeable about Vastu. Maybe you can
Mhm.
speak more sometime on main door.
I
But yeah,
have
this is
already
what I
spoken with Aman Bedi about a
yeah, yeah,
window.
yeah. You, yes, 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 yes.
Mhm.
Excellent. Yes. So that's
Yeah.
what I want to bring to the table, that it is very important that if because I have seen, astrology is not like some physics or chemistry that you study and you forget. Either you are fully into it, or you won't be able to, you will lose interest, and then after some time you will be like, oh yeah, I am out of all this, please. So if you really want to study and not make Jyotish just like a time pass, then you have to see everything, every minute, what is happening to you. Maybe if things are not good in your life, you can see, which planet represents that thing which is not good in my life, and you can see something related to that planet if in your home it is not well placed, or maybe uh, there is dirt covering up that thing. It's in your table, but it's lying there and it's very dirty, it's full of dust, so you need to clean it, right? It's as simple as that. So Jyotish empowers you so much, right? In fact, there was one last thing I will say, one example about one person whose married life was very bad. He was on the verge of divorce, actually. And then he went to an astrologer, and that astrologer had, and then surprisingly, this person did not have his birth details. He said, I don't know when I was born. I was born in village, kuch pata nahi kab kya hua. So, and then he went to an astrologer, and then this astrologer was very expert in doing a prashna chart. Now, then when he made the Prashna chart, then he saw that in that Prashna chart, Venus was in the sixth house, actually. It was in Marana Karakstan, and by some means he figured out it was that Venus, which was in the sixth, was not a living aspect of Venus. It was some dead aspect of Venus, which means something non-living. So then he asked him, "Do you have, do you have any like do you have diamond in your house?" Then he said, "No, I don't have diamond. Why will I have diamond?" Then this astrologer was thinking, "What is Venus? What is Venus?" Then he said, "Do you have flowers in your house?" And then he said, "No, I don't have flowers also." And then he said, "Oh wait, yeah, but I have dead flowers, with whom which I decorate. Artificial flowers I have." And then he asked him, "Where did you put this?" And he said, "As per Vastu, this is not good. Please change it. And, don't have this at all. Have fresh flowers if you want. Don't put these dead flowers." it was not in a good zone as per the Vastu or whatever, something he said. And then within 1 or 2 months, this person went to this astrologer and he told that, but there's significant improvement in my married life. How did that happen? Because that energy of the planet you are not able to synchronize.
Used. Yeah.
Yeah, so now that's the beauty of Jyotish. You combine it with Vastu, you combine it with Ayurveda, you can say a heck lot about
Yoga,
diseases.
music, five fungus,
Yeah, you
Vedic
combine it with
Shastra.
numerology. You know when what is happening. Like for example, if you know when you will get results of a dasha, like for example, if you are running Mars dasha, for example, just just know that it will happen on the numerology dates, either on 9th of the month or 18th or 27th. It's going to happen on these three dates, right? So if you are running Antardasha of Mars, suppose it's a long Antardasha, then Mars is 9, right? So the month of September will be very crucial, right? So yeah, and if you're running a Mars Mahadasha, for example, 7 years, then you can see using numerology, like 2023, that is again 7, right? So within this Mahadasha, that year will be very crucial for you.
Very true.
Yeah, so
You
you can
guys
prepare well in
beautifully goes
advance.
by the news. Yeah, numerologist.
Yeah, so these tools are so fascinating. Like we have. And nowadays in the world, like ancient times, people had this Ashtasiddhis and so many powerful things they could do. Like Prapti Siddhi they had. They can bring something from out of nowhere. There was one person. He met some Indian guru and he told the guru that Guruji, I have Prapti Siddhi. And the guru said, "Can you show me?" Then immediately he just brought a watermelon, which is there in Afghanistan. From nowhere, he just brought it within a flash of second, less than a moment. Actually, he just did it. So, but nowadays we do not have those cities. Even if we have, then the people who know them are very limited, or else the common public doesn't have access, right? But imagine the power of astrology. You combine it with numerology. As I said, like if Mars Dasha is running, then September, right? Very crucial. So imagine this is not less than some siddhi.
Very
Whoever is a scientist or a doctor or a billionaire, nobody can figure this out. Only you can do it. Why? Because this is the divine ancient knowledge of the rishis. They have empowered you through their strength, which they have got from God and their gurus from their parampara to you. So why not use that and make it a part of your everyday life, right? Rather than just sitting and oh, okay. Yeah, today I'll make a video and it's time for the newsletter. I have a YouTube channel, so I must make newsletters, right? Or like Mars is transiting into Leo, it's time for a new video, right? In the YouTube channel. Or maybe Venus is transiting Leo, so time for new video. Venus transiting Leo. Every other same video is coming out, right? But nobody knows what is Venus doing this time than what it did last year. So you have to really get deep into this understanding of astrology, theoretically and also around you. So when you are aware, then you combine it with Vastu, numerology, and Ayurveda, yoga, so many things, or anything new, quantum physics, and so many things are now coming up, linking it with consciousness and so many things like understanding subtle behavior, psychiatry, psychology, so many things are coming up, and therefore you can become a superhuman through this. You don't need some siddhis. So astrology is the most powerful siddhi of Kali
true.
Yuga.
Right.
Yes. By of course it has to be backed up with your spiritual life and your spiritual practices. Only then this will lead to the ultimate enlightenment. Otherwise, it will just be a mundane tool which you will use and then you will perish one day. So
Yeah.
therefore, have a spiritual practice in your life, and then you use astrology. Be aware, and that is how you can actually be like a Superman or a Superwoman in Kali Yuga.
Perfect. Perfectly said. Very
Yes.
superbly done. Like these are the small things we neglect when you are doing astrology. They just, if a client comes, we'll just open a chart. Okay, okay, this dasha. Most of us do that. But we should really sit and look at the energies the planet is trying to tell us. We should also make aware the client that this is what you need to do. This is what the planet is asking you to do. This is
Yes,
a
yes,
must in every existence. Thank you,
yes.
Babaji ji. It was a superb session.
Thank you very much once again
All
for the
our
invitation.
viewers, thank you so much for this great watching you all have been doing and giving us so many comments and appreciation that this series is really going well. And the amount of comments I see in my on my videos and even in my inbox in WhatsApp, it's amazing. Thank you so much.
Wow.
I thank each and every one of you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.